There we go. Check it a voice, check it a voice, check it a voice. I heard the lady say recording in progress. I'm on my way to the chart. I'm on my way to chart land is where I'm at. Chart land. I try to get there as fast as I can so I don't lose nobody. People have very short attention spans. 1:50 p.m. 9/2/2025. That means when I look down there and the clock says about 2:10, or before then, I should be kind of clearing this one. I think 15. I don't know. We don't know what a sweet spot is, but Maker 19. Whenever I talk about Maker, I usually go Maker 19. Crypto. I'll start off with crypto, although I can go to the stocks, I can go to the Forex, I can go to the metals, when we're going to look at silver as well. Maker and silver are the headlines, and we'll see what else I got in the middle of that. But and Satoshis, so the metal folks are going Satoshis, digital crypto. And the crypto folks are going silver. Yeah, silver straight up last time I checked. Bullish. I've been covering it since about really 2029 real hard with buying in a good area, physical and for some folks paper. But Maker, the rest of the market was kind of flat, and we'll see if when I roll down, if the rest of the market is flat. Maker comes in with about 20%, and you can see over here on the VTC side that is not very bullish. It's a bullish candle, sure. It's a great percentage, sure. It's happening when everything else is pretty flat, unless things have changed. Man, I got something messing with me on my mustache, right in the middle of this. I'm trying to keep it nice and cool, and YouTube, even though it's clients, because clients I'm pretty laid back with, and live rooms pretty laid back with. Check it with the voice one more time just to make sure it's nice and clear for as many folks as possible. Client super video, YouTube exclusive. The third video coming through. You had two introduction kind of. One was pretty quick, so that's why I'm going to extend this one out and give you a little bit more here. Maker 19. I've been covering this for about 3 months and showing it the Maker USD side, but I wanted to switch over to the BTC side. And my voice I need to anyway. Throw it for me. BTC, Satoshis. How much is the percentage of that? And how could you even take advantage of that? Do you need long-term BTC? You would need to know how to trade in and out of BTC, and you would be able to need to get to Maker BTC to do that. But you could potentially grab 100% on some long-term BTC if you knew what you were doing. That's the way that works. A little bit, maybe a little bit more complex. Some folks make it very complex, but the real, what most people will pay attention to, or what I cover, is the USD pair, even though you can flip flop easily. And that Maker BTC chart is for somebody client video that I kind of make videos for, and I think of somebody. I'm thinking of someone who is looking for Satoshis. There's not a lot of those folks left anymore. Number one, prove me wrong. I don't think you can. I've been doing this a long time. But on the USD side, pretty good retracement, very pure fib pool, and you get a 618, which um, the crypto market and the crypto volatility in the math tends to like, although, in the past and even in the recent past, when we have bullish moves, you can see these moves would hold the blue moving average here. I'm on a 3 day, so a little bit of time frame, a little bit of moving average I'll throw in here. But they were holding, and even in this move, it held. This thing ain't hold. It drifted and then it sold off, and now it's bouncing. Sometimes in these situations, I'll tell folks, make sure you're not overexposed. Could it go? A bull's going to take it. Just a very different price action when I look at the 3 day chart on Maker, even on this last run that didn't break the top. So the question here, many questions, I think. DeFi, Aave is one that I've been covering for a while. So we talk about DeFi summer, a little bit kind of hype, pumped out there. Did many DeFi coins make moves? There's some of them that come out of the hole. They haven't done much after that. This one's kind of come out of the hole, hasn't done much, not compared to what it did a year ago. Was this preliminary? Was this the mother pre-pump to poof, to do a XVG, bring an XVG from 2017, and even in 2021 or some shit when it went just nuts. I wonder if that chart's still out there or it just went nuts. It probably doesn't look the same. They all go nuts and eventually in some kind of way. So the question for you, if you're seeing this video and this thing happens to pull back and you decide to take advantage of it on either side, BTC side or USD side, would be, where are your targets and where do you think this thing's going and why is it different? And clear the chart and look at the moving averages, back to the moving averages. Again, I'm on the 3-day maker 19. Check the voice one more time. Maker 19. And not very bullish on the USD side either. It dipped pretty damn low. The volatility is normal. To hold the trend is bullish. So, let me give that to you one more time. Volatility is normal. But to hold the trend is bullish. So if you're going to say that these things are bullish and we have a what's normally an alt season, we have abnormal price action. And we've had pretty strong price action back here, which can you argue that this was alt season for this coin maker? Old school. So you have to be careful. And in so many ways, my targets on this is that they're going to run it and get it up here somewhere in here. And then after that, I have to have some evidence that they're really going to do something different. And now that they kind of like broke that red moving average on that 3-day, it doesn't look so bullish. Now, what I'll tell you about things that look bearish in crypto land will come alive and go bullish very fast. So, where's an example of that? Well, you can see this got pretty bearish right here as it did. And they come in with almost probably 100 to 200% move. I started showing this around 1200 and it got about 200% and it took about half of it back. And now it's kind of pushing back up in there. And no matter what this thing does from this point, it will have a tendency to push back up to its highs when it bounces like this. So what'll be important on a coin like this would be to watch the price action. Is it going to go up in here and rip through these 2 moving averages and hold? Is this candle in 24 hours going to be a wick? And how valuable does this little poke of money become, or is it just a wisp? If it just turns into a wisp, most likely we're going lower. And if you have a position here, you could potentially decide to clean up because they went bearish on you. Does that mean that this move is over? Is there evidence that they'll do this and then just absolutely go that way? I think Ethereum, I would direct you to the Ethereum chart and say absolutely. So think about the Ethereum chart. That's a little bit not, the Ethereum chart was a pretty hardcore hit to the downside in a move that was starting to look bullish, which you can make the case before they did that dip right there that was looking like it wanted to take off because it was. It was wanting to come in, get over the red moving average, which is on higher up in the chart, and then would go and do that. Can it still do that is the question. Is there an alt season potentially on the way? And can Maker potentially put in some sort of move like that? Maybe break the top, XRP. You could compare some of the other alts that have done their bullish moves or what I feel like are their bullish moves. XRP, Tron, come to mind. There's not that many other ones. BNB, old school. There's a lot of old schools that haven't done nothing. They're sitting at the bottom, broke bottoms, have a hard time moving. And now when I was rolling through this board earlier, I'm working on this video idea and figuring out what I was going to do here as we're starting to send out my new version of videos out to the YouTube and work on it for the next 4 or 5 years and work it into something and kind of my schedule because I keep up with all this and work these videos in this way. Super video, you heard me say, client video, you heard me say, exclusive YouTube video. It means that on YouTube, this video, you're only going to see it over there if you're out there in the world. My clients see it, and I just and super videos just kind of what I do sometimes with videos that I put on my Twitter and my Facebook and stuff. So there's other videos because I'm making them all the time. And I do live rooms. So that's what it means to see these videos over here and be a sub and participate with us over here. Right now, we're going to send two of the best videos that I can come up with to grab your attention and grow something real over here. And we may broadcast and do some live stuff. Now, I'm going to look down at my clock. I'm trying to be precise for the moneymaker that's running the channel over here. Mr. Moneymaker will talk to you. I do have a Telegram. And that's mostly what I like to use, the videos and stuff, the pinning. People don't like to scroll, but I have topic channels and I'm try to keep them clean with videos and proper content for the subject matter. And you have to apply to be an admin to speak over there. And it's mostly folks I've known for a while. I have been doing this for quite a bit of time. Mr. Moneymaker will talk to you. Now, that is maker you a little bit of flavor there on crypto, which you'll get in these videos, trade calls, opportunities, pattern breaks, different ways to look at stuff. This is if you were to enter this one and you were go for this move and you're expecting this, and I am and was in so many ways, but you really have to think about this and temper what you're looking at because this potentially could have been the move for what will eventually be considered as makers alt season. But this move makes sense. There's only a few coins out there that's made some moves, and they have been DeFi's. Even some really good rips, curve, and I'll go back and throw what I feel like are interesting coins. Maybe on the fundamental side is a different kind of equation for me because I go find a coin like D is another one, a curve and a dia, and I keep my eyes on them. Where the hell did that damn coin go? And I got a video out there right before it did that rip, and you can see what happens. But there's some good rips there, and if you know what you're doing, you can get some money. Now, most times you expect them to go higher, but there's some good little rips. Not the easiest trading, but these rips, if they end up going higher, and most likely this one will, and I'm not going to get into why so much in this video, but this is some of the stuff I'll teach you about, or you'll see me, and you'll probably have lots of questions on the YouTube, and that's where you go down to the bottom and you talk to Mr. Moneymaker. And I'm not sure who he is or who he's going to be or how he's going to deal with you. But Mr. Moneymaker will talk to you. Curve. Algo's another one, Dia. And I have videos out there, not on the YouTube, where, I was all over this and I shared it. A lot of Twitter stuff. But it'll be different things that you pick up on these formats. They're free formats and I have a lot of stuff going on. So that's what I'll tell you. And then if you want to work your way over to Telegram, that's where you'll go into a deeper level of what I do. Now, what was the other subject matter that I wanted to cover before I get distracted? EWT's got about 20%. That's energy, so I picked that up. But no, earlier it was flat, 2 to 4%. Crypto sideways. Blah. What was out there, and I still see it 1 to 2%, 1 to 2%. Anything bleeding a lot, that was pumping last night. So KRL, which a lot of people don't know, a lot of my coins will tend to come off of Coinbase, but they will spread through the exchanges most times if they're on Coinbase. Now, Coinbase has a lot of coins, and the last time I was thinking about it, I was going to add some, and then everything just went sideways, blah, but not the blah. They went blah, like nothing going on, not the blah, like everything's printing and pumping. 100% moves like Curve did and Algo did and Dia did. And I'm pretty sure you'll find that all of these coins that I mentioned and have a little bit of DeFi flavor to them. A little bit of NFT energy came through OGN, a little bit of GameFi energy came through AXS, and what's the other one that pumped? Scully. Scully. And these candles come in. KNC is another one that pumped 1 inch as well. I think I may already pass through Scully, and if I have, Suey, the big name in town, hasn't done a lot. Sushi is one I kind of think may pump brains, is the way I call it. Pump brains. It's gonna pump brains, man. Is that not specific enough, Mr. Moneymaker? Track a little bit of AI there. So just really when I'm just coming through name dropping on my way to silver, because I want to. With is a meme coin land, lots of that going on. But I want to get down here because silver really stole the show. at the beginning of the week, and I have some good silver charts that I would like to show. And I would like part of what I do over here and the YouTube do have flavor of the metals. I cover it a lot. I've put a lot of time into it, and that's pretty much been my call from around 29 down here. Before that, just looking at shorting, it really looked like it wanted to dive here. So I was looking at kind of shorting and getting investments, but you can see down around these areas, you're a buyer, and now you're riding your position, or you should be. I'm very particular about where I'll push folks to buy, and I'm not that person right now, but there's lots of folks out there that make a case that this is a good place to buy. I tend to believe after they do something here that there's going to be a settling area, kind of like this, maybe not as dramatic. That's the question. That's the risk of not having what you potentially want with a metal, silver, and gold's been pretty strong as well. As you can see, gold's up 2% today. So that's up to 35. Last time I was looking for that sucker to double. You go over there, listen to Petership, and that thing's rocking and rolling. So this chart, they're gapping over here, you guys, it looks like. That may have been from earlier. That looks like gaps in the chart in the price. I'm not too sure. The VIX was really spiking earlier, so this can got to go. This chart, this video could go into all kinds of stuff. But I'm looking down at my clock, and at 16 minutes, I'm counting. So you've got gold like booming. You got silver making a move. You can go and you go if you want to subscribe to my Twitter. We'll probably put that link down there. Mr. Moneymaker. One of the things I'll talk to you guys about is I feel like you should have a trading view at least. The trading view works the best. You get free versions. The version that you pay for is not that expensive if you're serious. My trading view right now, I've had for a long time, and it's not used socially. And maybe switching it and switching the name and everything, just because I've been doing this for a long time. And if you, yeah, it's a long story, but the trading view is important for you. For you, that's what we're talking about. Your desktop is much better than your phone, and Telegram works the best. So that's where I'll always kind of show you, and you'll see videos where I may pop up and say, "Let me show you the Telegram over here and how this works." I'm not a Discord user. Facebook's a bunch of junk. Twitter I use, but that's more to get eyes on stuff. There is a highlight, and there's different videos over there as well. But this has been decided. You get exclusive, and this is just the beginnings of it. So if you catch any of these videos, just give me a little bit of a minute to kind of get used to this and this flow, micro, and then opportunities. Your opportunity I showed you today was maker. I dropped lots of coins that are kind of filtered through my system. And then gold still a show and silver still a show. And the VIX, they're spiking as we come out of Labor Day. So, that's really the show. I'm really out of time. So my idea was to kind of show you the silver trade. But I'll just run through some silver charts I have here. I was showing a group of guys where the bears were when we were sitting down here dipping. So that's what that one's about. I do like to short trade. So you'll catch short trading, but short trading messes people up. I set up on the break here, the pattern, which in forex term the forex world can be called a turbo trade, and they've run to the 40 here. It looks like they may have stalled out a little bit. Oops. And there should looks most likely they're going to pop this. I think that there's a good chance they pop this up into 42, 43 before the end of the week. Once you go over and look over left, always look left. Is it right? Is it left? Is it right? Left, right, left, right. You put your right foot in. None of that on YouTube, right? I'm not allowed to do it. Yeah. I think it's easier to put the music in with me singing, and then you don't get the copyrights. Mr. Moneymaker is going to get a hold of some kind of software that makes it real easy for him. I give him the content, he slices and dices it, and hopefully we'll watch the YouTube go boom, boom, boom. Make sure you subscribe, like, engage. If you're using a phone, switch over and get an account for us or do whatever you need. We would appreciate it. 2 videos a week for you to try to keep you up and give you some real crypto. And I'm going to cut this off right here before I go too long. I think too long is going to make it even worse on trying to get this going. And I will see you guys in the next video. 2 videos a week exclusive. YouTube, subscribe, like. Bye. See you in the next video. I was singing a song too, Silver.